Hello, I'm Kevin with Gaming the Systems. This is another controller-related video about the DualShock 4. It has a lot of issues, as you probably already know, regarding drift and other similar issues. They tend to have these issues very early in their lifespans. I've talked to people who've only had their controllers for like 4 weeks and they start to drift on them. One of the things we know is that debris gets down into these sticks and gets into the mechanisms and stuff and causes them to drift and so forth. At least that's part of the issue. So today I'm going to do a little experiment to see how vulnerable these are to debris, to see if it's real easy for things to get down into the mechanism. So I'm going to head over to the workbench right now. Come along. So this is the controller we'll be experimenting on today. May it rest in peace. And what I'm going to be doing is dumping glitter on top of it. The idea is that this glitter kind of simulates the debris that might fall into your controller. It's obviously bigger than dust, but it's probably about the same size as any food debris that you drop in there. Once I pour it onto the controller, I'm going to open up the controller and see how far it's penetrated into it. With it being gold, it should be easy to see. The idea is that when debris gets down in there, it disrupts the sensors, and later I'll get into a little bit more detail about that. So this glitter I just got from a grocery store craft section. I'm just looking at the back here. This company makes other things as well, and one of them says pom-poms with an N on the end. And I was thinking when I was recording this, I always thought it was pom-pom with an M on the end. I got curious and just took a look, and there are actually different ways of saying it. So here's the canister. It has a flip-up lid, and when I opened it, it got all over me. I heard it happens to all guys, and some of it even landed on the controller, so the experiment started a little earlier than I wanted it to. So I began pouring the glitter, and I concentrated most of it on the right analog stick. And as I did this, I rolled the analog stick around and pressed down on it. I purposely got some on other parts of the controller just to resemble real-life experience. I even rotated the controller and turned it upside down and so forth, just so we can replicate what controllers go through on a daily basis. So now it's time to take it apart. This is not a tutorial on how to disassemble the controller. I showed how to do that in a very detailed way in my video called 12 Ways to Resolve Analog Stick Problems. So there's a lot of glitter inside, obviously, and it's pretty much spread out all over the place. Basically, every single spot in your controller is vulnerable to debris. And as you can see, it's gotten into the mechanisms around the analog stick. The thing is, this isn't the analog stick that I poured directly into. So let's take a look at that one. So as you can see, it's pretty compromised. Obviously, glitter doesn't behave like other things, but crumbs, dust, and the little debris that comes from your analog stick coating breaking down and rubbing off will get in there as well. A lot of hair gets in there too from animals and from humans. So we're going to open up this stick even more. We need to take a look at the inside of these two doors. Now, if you're not familiar with these are potentiometers, and there's two on each analog stick. Inside the potentiometer is a semi-resistant loop, and you move a sensor across that loop as you play. The problem is this loop gets contaminated with debris, and that causes the electrical flow through it to be disrupted and cause your character to move in a way that you didn't intend for them to do. I will say this area can also get damaged by the sensor moving across it, but that's a whole other story. So I'm going to open the doors. Do not use this video as a tutorial on how to open the doors. I'm skipping some stuff here. There's an art to it, and I go over it in that other video that I made. Inside these doors are the wheels, and I'm going to remove those wheels. On the inside of these doors are the semi-resistant strip. And I was about to say that these are very clean and nothing got in there, but when I got closer and got the other lens out, I did notice that one piece of glitter did get in there, and one piece got in the other door as well. They kind of both landed in the same spot. If this was an actual piece of dirt and I was going to leave it in there, it would probably cause some drift at some point as it moved around. I don't want to scratch the strip, but I do want to remove that, so I'm just going to move it aside. So in the end, this demonstrates that dirt can get into your controller and go anywhere, including the very tight, closed-off chambers of your analog sticks. My other video does show how to clean those things up, so be sure to watch that if you're having an issue. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. I got a big mess to clean up here. May your games make you happy and smart, and may people respect you for playing them. So long, everybody.